Hi YouTube. With this being my first video on my channel here, I'd like to introduce myself and tell you guys a little bit about what you might expect coming from my channel here. So my name's Randy. I'm a 23-year-old father of two, have a beautiful wife, have a business of my own as well. It's a tree service. But I wanted to touch on the subject that this channel will pretty much be based off of. First off, I like uncut videos, depending on the situation. So you guys will see a lot of raw footage of me just kind of speaking my mind and talking. For the most part, this channel is going to be directed towards the audience that is either beginning weightlifting or has been weightlifting for quite some time. I've been weightlifting for about 7 years now. I did end up reaching a moment where I hadn't been lifting for a few months, and that's kind of what the subject is of this whole channel. So, as I said, I'm 23 and I'm a father of two. I'm married, have decent life of my own going on. But the main thing is, it's not all sunshine and rainbows when it comes to weightlifting and owning a business and trying to get your life together. Basically, what I'm going to share to you guys is my knowledge and experience based off of the things that I've been through or am going through. Really, the audience that I want to reach are the younger guys or older guys who have had or want to begin a weightlifting experience, but have a life of their own. Really, it gets hard to juggle your responsibilities as a parent, as a business owner, or just as somebody who has quite a few responsibilities of their own. What you run into is moments where you get discouraged, you get unmotivated, you reach a point where you don't know if weightlifting is going to be your thing for very long, because I'm sure everybody hears it a lot. I know I heard it a lot growing up, is when you have kids, or with the business that I do have, oh, that'll never work. Oh, you won't be lifting for very long. Oh, that'll all go away. Well, I didn't want it to go away because weightlifting makes me happy. And I'm sure a lot of the audience here probably, weightlifting is probably your go-to, depending on your situation at home. I know mental health is a real thing nowadays, and it can't really be overlooked or not talked about. And again, that's the point of this channel here. So what I'm going to do is, in future videos or even the next video, I'm really just going to have a day in the life, or I'm going to call it garage talk. Basically, training doesn't have to take over your life, but it can play a huge role in it because of your health, your mental health at that, and really just becoming a healthy lifestyle for yourself. So really, what I want to dive into is the fact that when you start your weightlifting career, or sorry, weightlifting life, or whatever you want to call it, you go at it hard. You usually do. Somebody like me, and I'm sure lots of you go at it very hard. And I know I did. I mean, I was in the gym for 4 hours at a time. It never took a rest day. If it was supposed to be a rest day, I'd incorporate something else. I would do cardio, I would do abs, or something like that for the day. Nutrition plays a huge part in it, obviously. You got your main three things. You got your sleep, your lifting, and your food, your diet. They all play a huge role, and it's hard to maintain all that when you begin getting responsibilities in your life. So when I was 16, working my way up to about 20 or 21 years of age, I started getting a real life down. I became the foreman of a company. I ended up getting engaged, and all that does take a toll because your mind starts to focus on other things. And I know for me, when it did focus on other things, that side of my life was going good, but I knew that there was a side that just wasn't complete, and weightlifting for me makes me feel complete. So there's ways to incorporate it. It all starts with a good backbone, and by backbone I mean who you have supporting you, motivating you. Really, I think I'm going to touch on the subject right now of the situation I have been going through. Up until, I got engaged and then got married and had 2 kids. I mentioned I was a father of 2. Weightlifting, again, was taking over my life in a good way. I never wanted to stop, was always in the gym, never wanted to take time off. I had my eating down right. My body fat was always low because that was just the main thing I focused on. I was working 3 jobs, but aside from all those jobs, I was also going to the gym at night or whenever I was able to. So that was a big part of my life right there. But when I did get married, it kind of slowed down because your attention gets focused on your significant other, which is totally understandable. But it's important to have a significant other that motivates you in what life you came from, if that was a good life for you. But you do have to manage those responsibilities accordingly because all your time can't go aside from your significant other. They need to matter too. So that was a big part of it for me. So I dialed the 3-4 hours down to about an hour and a half maybe because the gym was right down the street. So that's a sacrifice that you need to make, but again, there's always ways to go around it. So then I ended up, after I got married, things took a toll, and in a good way, of course. And I was starting to balance out that life of being a foreman, being a husband, and working out at the same time. And it was all going good and everything, and then, there's the talk of, that scary talk of, when we have kids, how are we going to keep our life going? Well, truth of it is, your life doesn't stop, but you have such a huge responsibility as a father, as most of you probably know. A lot of people, whatever audience I'm trying to reach here, whoever likes to watch, your life definitely takes a quick halt for a moment until you can regain your thoughts and get a good solid foundation as to your fatherhood, motherhood, whatever it is. So incorporating weightlifting is going to be rough in that first bit. So for me, going out to a gym wasn't a priority. I tried to do what I could at home at first because obviously my wife, she just had a baby, and or we just had a baby at that. And your responsibilities don't change no matter what. So weightlifting may have to die down a bit, but there are ways to go about it. There's different ways to train, whether it's intensity, volume, whatever. And there are ways to go about that. So once I had my kid, that's when things took a halt, and I had to dial it back, and I had to think. Scared the shit out of me. I had to think about ways that I could incorporate weightlifting because there was just a part of me missing, and it wasn't a good feeling because when you're young and your weightlifting is at its peak, you tend to have this boost of energy every single day, whether it's from that weightlifting or just knowing that you're going to be going to the gym and busting it out and pumping iron and whatever you're doing. So you have to find a way to incorporate it, and that was the hardest thing for me. But me and my wife eventually came to an understanding. She's very, very motivating when it comes to this whole journey that I'm going on here. She allowed me, from having a baby that is difficult to take care of in the first bit. Once we got that foundation that I was talking about set, then she allowed me to, go to the gym every once in a while. And when I say every once in a while, it was like 2 to 3 times a week. And some may say that's all you need. Others, it may not work that way depending on your routine and what you do. I know for me, 2 to 3 times a week just didn't seem like enough. And at that point, I started to feel like, why do it at all? And that's a hurdle. That is a major hurdle to get over in your own mind, because use up what you can get. Use up what you can get. So that started to be a big factor because I did take a long time off, and that wasn't like me. And I noticed myself, not just my body, but myself as an individual changing, and realizing that I need this back. I really do. And that was a long talk with my wife, because at the time we were going through stuff that everybody goes through. I believe at the time that everything was happening, my old boss had fired me a week before my son was born, because I went out and tried to make more money, but he didn't like that whole situation. So he fired me a week before my son was born, which in turn leads to me owning my own business. So my business now is a tree company, and that's pretty damn hard to incorporate, to have to juggle your business life and your family life, because you as a father need to be there. You need to be there for your children, you need to be there for your wife, and you need to be present in the lives of the people that you support, the people that you should be prioritizing as your family. And being a provider is going to be tough, but you got to do it. And that was a choice that we did make, and that was a very good choice for us. So incorporating weightlifting is, we ended up moving into a home that was very far away from everything. So when we got here, it was hard to justify, all right, when am I ever going to get time to go to the gym? Because the closest gym, aside from Planet Fitness, I don't really go to Planet Fitness, it's like a good 30 minutes away, 40 minutes away. And that's just not even, it's not relevant. Not when you have a baby, not when you plan to have more, and not when you have other responsibilities. Like when you get home, you clean, you eat dinner with your family, you spend really good time with your significant other. It's very important. And I definitely, I needed to work on that at the time. So going to the gym just didn't seem like an option for us. And you know, my wife, she let me for a little bit, and it was kind of like a trial and error thing. Like I would go, but it just didn't really work out, because I felt I needed to be with my family. So what I did is, and this is the part that you know, it is working now. So my wife right now, she's sleeping. Both babies are inside. I have a monitor on my phone that I watch. She also watches. I know she's got it. She can handle it. She's very good at that. Beautiful, amazing mother. So what I have now is this outside garage, and I will show that to you guys real quick. Really, as I'm doing this video, this is the beginning for me. This is the beginning of my journey with YouTube. However that might go, we'll find out. It's a beginning of a new start for my journey. This is an addition to my journey, because I'm not used to talking behind the camera. It's probably very obvious. I'm not used to talking much behind the camera, so this is going to be new for me. It's going to be new for our life to incorporate this, which again is part of the responsibilities, trying to make things work. So this is what I have going on right now, and again, everything is going to... I have a trusty old little heater. I have a basic squat rack here, and I'll stand back a bit. Squat rack, ropes all over the place. It's not pretty. Definitely not pretty. I need time to clean this all up. Got one pulley here, one pulley down here. Can put as many weights as I want on. Have 2 bars, 300 pounds in each set, which is 600 pounds. So this is really all I have. And as these videos go on, you're going to notice in each workout how I actually incorporate the things that I have into something that I can work with. So in turn, talking about this whole life situation and everything I have going on, my main audience, I would like to motivate you guys to get out there, because there is a way for you to incorporate weightlifting in with your normal everyday routine or your responsibilities. Right now, I believe it's about 12 o'clock midnight, and again, sleep is a huge priority. It's definitely something that you need. Some people more than others, but for the most part, scientifically, everybody should get around 7 hours of sleep, which unfortunately I don't get, and that's a sacrifice that I'm willing to take on top of dieting and proper weight training. it's going to have to work for me. So I have a very good head on my shoulders when it comes to how I do things and how I can utilize the things that I have in front of me. And you know, it's not pretty, but as a man, being able to prioritize different things in my life, I know that this is enough, and it can work. It can definitely work for now, until the kids get older, and you know, we'll get there. But right now, I'm gonna bring you guys through my journey as a 23-year-old father of two, business owner, and how I incorporate all those things into my everyday life. Not only am I, you know, a father, a business owner, weightlifter, I'm also just human, and we all are. And I'm trying to be a motivation for you guys that may be in the same situation, that may think that just because you have family, new responsibilities, and you know, you could have a strenuous job that you do. It all plays a role in how you feel in your mind that you can incorporate these things. And motivation tends to not be there quite a bit when it comes to having a business, being a father, doing all those things. So in hopes of this channel, this is just a raw video. I didn't really think about what I was going to say before I made the video here. I just wanted to ramble on and tell you guys how I feel about the whole situation here that I have going on. So we just got to make it work. So again, this is the beginning of my journey. I rambled on about 20 minutes here almost to talk about what I have going on. It's probably all over the place, but things will get better, and I'll start thinking about my videos a little bit more often. So what you guys can expect in the next videos is a little bit of weight training, show you guys how I utilize what I have to show you guys that you can make it work with whatever you have. And regardless of the time, regardless of your responsibilities, you got to get up and work. And that's the main thing that I had to learn as being a man, being somebody who feels that I'm more capable than I thought I was of being able to incorporate these things into my everyday life. So you guys will see a lot of that. You'll see progress as we go. I'll show different videos, you know, physique updates, weight updates, life updates in general, and I may even throw in some pretty cool highlights of my tree company, because I am a climber, and again, that takes a huge role on everything too. Owner-operated business. My business is not huge by any means, but the name is getting out there, and that's all I could ask for, is the name getting out there, so that way we can get bigger. So you guys will see a lot of different videos, a lot of different clips of what I do, how I do it, when I do it, and just an update in general. So as we stand right now, I will for the next video, I will make an intro and get things on the ball here. But I wanted to give you guys a little raw video of how I'm feeling about the situation, and just a small talk about what you guys can expect being a part of this channel here. So I appreciate you guys watching. If you watch this long, please subscribe, leave a comment down below what you guys may want to see out of me, or if you guys even relate to this whole situation that we got going on here. Might call this garage talks, if you will. So we're gonna have some fun. I need to loosen up around the camera a little bit more, and that'll work, and I hope that you guys can help me out with that. And I'm gonna help you guys out with motivation as much as possible, and I hope that I touch the right people here, and we all figure out how to do this together as men, as women, as the audience that I'm trying to reach, you know, as parents. So that's a huge thing. So it's not really a subject that's talked about much. Usually you see bodybuilders doing their thing on YouTube and all, and that's awesome, that's great, but there are certain subjects that I don't feel are touched upon or talked upon enough, and this is definitely one of them. So this video is going to be a raw, uncut version, showing you guys what I have, and here we're gonna work up, we're gonna build up, and I hope you guys can build up with me, and we're in it to win it. So here we go. This is going to be the video for now, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. So have a good night, guys. See ya.